I think the experience of Salvatore Ferragamo's lives is endearing on many levels. Clearly, he was a genius, and he was ahead of his times, and he was ahead of his own age. To be able to become an entrepreneur at the age of 12, having a little shop and having 7 people assisting him, it's in itself an achievement that it's about being extraordinary. The thing that I am honestly most touched by is his capacity of risking. He has never stopped in front of the difficulties or in front of his own ambition. He mixed in a beautiful way the rigor needed to be disciplined enough to achieve something with the visionaire quality of wanting to do things that has never been done before. So that's, for me, it's the most touching aspect of his personality. What can we learn from his experience? Many things. I think many people can learn different things. You can learn how to apply creativity to a functional item like a shoe. So if you are a student of fashion and you want to become a designer, you have a lot to learn from his work. But you can learn also that to be open to the world and to be able to cross spaces and places and environments without being judgmental, but actually being able to soak all that you can get from those experiences. It's another great learning curve, I would say. I wouldn't call Salvatore Ferragamo a character because he's not a character, he's a person. And he's a complex person. And he has crossed half of the century, of the 20th century. And he has crossed many different environments. His place of birth, the roaring Naples of the early 20s, the even more roaring America he crossed, landing in Hollywood, a place that was being made while Ferragamo was there, participating to the actual act of making Hollywood. And again, the nefarious Italy of the 30s under the thumb of the fascism, and yet the post-war times where Italy was going to grow back on its own standing. Ferragamo has been able to apply multiple approaches to multiple difficulties, to multiple techniques, to multiple environments. And always, you can see in the pictures we have, with this beautiful kindness in his face. I think it's very well now renowned, the capacity of creation using the name of part of his collections of Ferragamo. Ferragamo is in the history of fashion and is in the history of the industry of fashion in itself. He created things like the platform, or actually he reinvented the idea of platform to make it something wearable. He created the cambrione, which is this steel element that makes the shoe be firm and comfortable. He created different kind of heels. He invented wonderful patterns by being inspired by what was around him, but even preceding what was ahead of him or what was behind him. So the legacy that he created in terms of his own creativity process spans through inspirations that are across the board. And I believe that's very, very renowned. But it's not enough. So I feel like that to be back to his legacy, to study more of his work, it's a good indication for a young person who wants to become a new Salvatore. To paraphrase Ferragamo, the dream is not enough. You also have to have a plan, and you also have to be very disciplined, and you also have to be very concrete, and you have to be very able to balance your visions with a strategy that is based in reality. So to become a director, I would say watch a lot of movies, create a group of people that can help you giving shape, real shape to what you want to do, even if you do things that at the beginning may not be good, but try and keep learning from the failures. That's the only way. This is from the conception till the last moment of editing and the presentation of the movie in the Festival of Venezia of 2020, I think 2020. It took like 3 years, 3 solid years, many days of shooting, many hours of editing. Yeah, I would say 3 years. Yeah, absolutely. In different ways and through different means, but he would become very successful. Well, to touch people with the testimony of the life of Ferragamo. And I hope the movie is touching.